Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today is 7th June 2020 and it's Sunday. After the weekend, we are here today to broadcast a special Facebook Live through this verified Facebook page of Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh. As we all know, that Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh has launched a very special live videos for our special guests and who are working for the COVID-19 patients, who are working for each and everyone in our country in this crisis moment. So for this special session, today we have two special guests. Just have a look on them. We have our special guest today, Dr. Nasreen Nahar. She's a doctor and assistant professor, Department of Reproductive and Child Health, Bangladesh University of Health Sciences.
Hello.
And we have our another guest from Sri Lanka, Inthizo Careem, who is working as a social activist. And today she is connected with us from Sri Lanka. Welcome
Hello.
our show. Okay. So, ma'am, how are you doing today?
Okay. First, then I'm going to talk. Good evening, everyone. Mehjabin, we are doing fine in this situation. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, we are doing fine.
Actually, ma'am, as we all know, that the situation is not under our control and under our favor, but we have to live. We have to continue our life. Okay.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, I want to know something from you. Like, you were working on reproductive health, reproductive child health, and what do you think about our women health after the post-COVID-19 world?
Okay, Mehjabin, thank you for your nice question. Yeah, this is the situation, the pandemic situation, COVID-19 we are facing, the world is facing, and also Bangladesh is facing. But as you know, women, they have proven already that they are the recovery backbone of any difficult situation in the world. So,
Yes.
so we need to, give proper attention and need to give proper care for their health. Okay, so in this situation, I can say that women are struggling in different ways. We have working women in our society. We have housemaker who are working very hard to maintain our home, and we also have some pregnant ladies in this situation. So we need to give proper care to every group of women. Now, see the working women, they are working now, still they are working, but their burden of work now increases along with their official work. They also now give more, caregiving services for their family members. So
Yes,
household
they
chores,
have to.
along with, yeah, they have to household chores along with the formal working, their official work, all they are getting stressed, more stressed. So we need to take care of their physical health, their psychological and emotional health also. In this situation, we are staying at home and working from home.
Everyone is doing the thing. Everyone.
Yes, staying at home, working from home, and also doing the household work. All these things actually stress them up. They are mentally a little bit anxious and they are depressed because they actually don't know where gonna happen after this situation. So they may, lose their job. They are feeling insecure nowadays. Okay, and in this situation that is increasing very high, that is violence, domestic violence.
Domestic violence is going
Yeah,
on.
intimate partner violence. So this is the problem they are facing. And the thing is that men, they are also stressed out, okay, in this situation. So they actually express their this anxiety on women. So they all the time they are, yeah, they are finding fault.
Actually, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I have my personal opinion. Like all the male persons we have in our society, they have the only way to show their anxiety on their wife and in the home. So what's happened right now? Like we are all going through the anxiety time. We are all going through
Yeah.
the times pandemic, and it's economically we're in a crisis. Each and everyone, the situation is not in
Yes.
our favor.
Yes.
That's why they have the thing that they are staying at home, and they have the lady person, they have their wife to show their all the anxieties, all the frustrations to them. But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that your wife is responsible for this.
Yeah. That's why I'm talking about that in reproductive and child health. Whenever in our curriculum, whenever we teach our students, we always says that male participation. Okay, male participation is very important to improve women's health. So male participation in every sphere of life, like decision making, decision maybe their women's health, their economic decision, every events of their life. So men's need to be sensible, and they need to understand, try to understand women's perception also in this situation. So
In
this is
this situation,
very,
yes,
yes, this
because
is very
ma'am,
important.
this is very important because um, nowadays we have some working women at the right at the same time. So
Yeah.
like I am working and I have some problems with my jobs right now. It's very common to everyone's job right now. So I am
Yes.
also in a mental anxiety, or I am also in a mental pressure. Okay,
Yes.
ma'am, I will come to you soon. Then, Karen, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Karen, how are you doing today?
Okay. Great, actually.
Okay. Uh,
So,
as I have some information about you for my enquiring, but I just want to introduce you in front of our volunteers. So it's gonna be very much easy for me if you brief yourself for the common people, for each and everyone of Bangladesh.
yeah, so I'm based in Sri Lanka and actually from the down south. So, since my childhood, when I was a teen, I was about 17 years old. That was the time where I have started teaching weekly in a Sunday school. So, since then, for
My
9 years, I have
goodness.
been teaching there for the teens. Me being a teen, and I was teaching teens. So, that was really very special for me. So, when I was growing up, I knew how the younger generation, how my younger colleagues are growing up parallelly with me. So that was really important. And on the other hand, I was attending a girls' school when I was a child. So, but when you come to that school, there were boys and girls. So the first class what I got was there were 18 boys and 4 girls. So being in a girls' school,
Only four girls.
and
Only four girls.
yeah, only 4 girls, but 18 boys.
And you were one of them, right?
No, I was teaching. I was teaching.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the class. So I really had a problem with controlling all these boys, 18 boys, because they were like just 4 years younger than me. So it was a big issue. So since then, like seeing so much of social injustice, and so that's the way I grew up, because I grew up with the society, looking at everything, thinking, and I was being corrupted or being misused. I always had used to talk. So talking in the sense, since my school life, I have been taking up the morning assembly, especially I had too many chance. There were several other people who were scared to come forward and conduct the morning assembly in English. So once they get the turn, they used to come and give the turn to me. So that's how I got that chance, I think, more than any other members. And since then, I have been training for speeches, small dramas, and also I have been conducting quiz competitions, judging, also speeches. Still, I'm judging. So it's since 18 years old, I'm doing all these things, and all those are like voluntary service. Yeah, and other than that,
okay, so you
yes,
have done a lot of extracurriculum activities you were engaged with from the very beginning of your childhood, right?
yes,
Okay, okay, I will come to you again. I have a question like our Dr. Madam.
Yes.
I feel comfort to call you Dr. Madam.
Okay, no
Okay, so
problem.
ma'am,
My pleasure.
as you worked on child health,
Yeah,
like the school and colleges, all the things we have, it's gonna be locked down. It's all are shut down. The schools
yeah,
and colleges. So
yeah,
what do you think? Like our kids are staying at home, the younger boys and girls are staying home at home. So they are not. They are having e-classes. Of course, each
yeah,
and every school and colleges are running the program, e-colleges,
yeah.
e-schools, e-classes. But what do you think? Like it's gonna be a gap for the students, or it's gonna be a thing like they are not connected to the study along, and they are not connected with the school and colleges for a long. So what will happen to them? What will happen to their psychology after when their school and colleges will be open?
Yeah.
What's your perception, then?
Yeah, yeah. Now this is a the changing situation, and all the childrens are actually locked down at home. They are getting bored sometimes, but as online classes started and they are engaged with their study, but we, the parents and other family members, like maybe siblings, grandparents, we need to support their psychology, and we need to engage them with different kind of activities. Okay, maybe you can advise them do some play game, or doing exercise that will boost up their immunity. Maybe playing some music. Okay, and explore their artistic activities like painting, sketching, and uh, what do you say, paper cutting, the craft. So we can engage them with this session. And also for our college and university students, I must say that they should share their knowledge. First, they should gain and upgrade their knowledge regarding COVID and other, other some important knowledge. And
Other
they,
issues they have.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and they should share with their friends, with their maybe their old friends, so that they can share their knowledge, and those friends also can share those knowledge. That's the way they can convey the message that we are right now talking about the preventive measure, how to prevent yourself from COVID, and also other, they can plan their future, and talk to their parents, what will be their future plan, what will be their study line. These are the things they can involve themselves, and we, the parents and the family members, should help them and support their psychology right now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your motivational speech. Okay, I'm coming to you, Kareem. Kareem, what's the current situation in your countries going on, like on COVID-19? What's the current situation you have in your own country, Sri Lanka?
yeah. Actually, we have a lot of patients by now, and most of them were mostly migrants. of them are the Sri Lankans who were settled in other countries. So they were brought back to this country because still they belong to this country, although they were somewhere else. So the rising situation is very much safe, I would say, because immediately all of them were taken to quarantine centers, and after 21 days, if they don't show any symptoms, then only they were sent back home. So for the moment, we are really safe rather than we did at the beginning.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be seen to us that the all the situations about COVID-19 in your country is like under the control of the government, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am,
But still, it's like I wouldn't. Yeah.
okay. Dr.
Still, I
Nasreen
wouldn't
Nahar,
say
ma'am,
that it's like the whole responsibility of the government, because
government.
as
The government
people,
plays
we
a
all have our responsibility to save ourselves.
That's good.
Because the government, any government might have their own political agenda, but we should know, even if the curfew is lifted, for my safety and for the safety of my family, where I should remain. So individually, we have to take that responsibility. It's not like even the curfew is lifted, like all of you can go out, and it's not the time where you can have fun. So that's like something what we should think, because today you might take a decision, and if it's wrong, so much of people will be affected after the next 2.
Okay, okay, thank you. I'll come back to you after a minute. Dr. Nasreen Nahar, ma'am, I have a
Yes.
question. I just want to know if I'm gonna ask you that if you're gonna compare the women's health
Yes.
between a country, underdeveloped country like Bangladesh and a developed country like USA or Canada or any other country, how you will compare the women's health among the countries?
Okay, Mehjabin, nice question. Thank you. So, I want to start from developing countries. So, we have some issues regarding women's health. So, these issues actually portray the comparison, between underdeveloped, developing and developed countries. So, in developing countries, so you have issue like sun preference. So you have issue like drop out from school for girls. Then you have issue like early marriage. So you have issue like early pregnancies, and you have issues like unmet need for family planning. You have issue like home delivery, okay, below coverage of antenatal care during pregnancy, and followed by home delivery with an
Oh,
unskilled personnel.
yes.
Yeah. Then you have issue like nutritional status. So our women are more malnourished. Okay, so then you have issues, some other social issues like your job, daily wages. Okay, then your exploitation, women violence, gender-based violence. So these are the issues in your developing countries that actually portray your woman's status in developing countries. And in developed countries, issues are there, but maybe different ranking is different, and not very much early marriage or like that. The issues are different in developed countries. So this is the point.
I remember right now we have some organizations and foundations like Utshargo Foundation Bangladesh that I'm just working under the banner of Utshargo Foundation Bangladesh, and we have our General Secretary Tanzina Khan. During the lockdown time, we also launched a program like Buy One, Donate One. Like it's all about the sanitary pads, because each and every one, the women's, most of the women's is still they are not feel comfort to talk about sanitary pads to the shopkeepers.
Yeah.
And at the lockdown time, the male members are not going out. that much. So that's why Utsago Foundation Bangladesh was arranged the program like buy one donate one, the program, and Tanzina Khan, our general secretary, has introduced the program so that the female that are staying at home, they are able to buy a sanitary pad, and they will buy another one, and they will donate it for the underprivileged and for the underprivileged women, so
Very
that it's
important.
gonna be very much helpful that
Yes.
you are not coming out from your home, you are not going to the market, you are having your products, you are having your pets sitting on your home, and just you are getting your sanitary pads. And Utsago Foundation Bangladesh has launched a lot of schemes, a lot of programs like distributing foods among the street children, among the floating people, and also, as you know, that we have celebrated Eid before, so we had a Eid food package also. Okay, so Karim, I
Very
wanna
good.
ask you that you were working on female education, as far as I know, right? So what do you think? Like nowadays, females are working everywhere, but 5 years before or 10 years before, the scenario was not like that. So what do you think that to change the environment, to change the society, how much female education is important?
Yeah, let me come to my beginning. Like now, as I told you earlier, when I was working in that Sunday school, children used to talk to me because maybe they felt comfortable me being a youth and they were teens as well. So when I was talking to some girls and when I asked what was their ambition, they told me, Miss, all these are lies. Anyway, we will have to stay. And when I asked the boys, what are your ambitions and what do you want to do? What they told me was is, my father has a business, so anyway, I will have to take it. That's my life. So why do you have to stick with all these things? What I would say is there'll be so much of people to come to block you. It's not just about education. Even the educated women South Asia, I don't know how it is in all parts of Bangladesh and in other countries, but in general, I would say there are only few women who are really educated. And at some points, there are some educated women who are wearing this education and their career as a necklace. So when the other parents look at that, they get a bad example. So actually, because they are reflecting a bad example, and still being with all those things, they come to interfere, they come to talk, but it's not with a good idea. Actually, they come in a positive way and you do the negative. So it's wrong. And they are setting a bad example. So that is why recently I was suggesting someone that during the next Women's Day, we should not talk about women's rights and the freedom what women need. First, before talking about all those topics, we need to stop the women abusing another woman. I don't know if you will agree with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there are few people. These few are being like very bad examples in the society. Because now if one girl asks her parents, why can't I do this? Because I have opportunity. Children might ask their parents. So the parents will have examples with evidence to show, I don't want you to be like that lady. Because that happens. So we need to stop that at first chance. Then after talk about the freedom and everything. Because today men are not that much rude as they were in the past. Because there are so much of men who are in their 20s, 30s, young boys actually. They like to cook. They are cooking, they are enjoying, they do everything. They are like very independent. There are several people who let their wives to go out to work. So it's not very hard comparing with the past. There is improvement. So,
Yes.
and if I can get another point to talk about the domestic violence, what you have mentioned at the first. So, according to my understanding, why does this domestic violence exist? For example, we see this within adults mostly these days. So, adults in the sense who are over 40 and 50s. So why is this happening? They were brought, those days, boys were just sent out with freedom. They can't even wash their plate at home. If the son has finished his lunch or dinner, the mother used to take the plate and wash, or the sisters does it. So I think they are not even used to do anything at home, to stay at home. But when it comes to the Western culture, men have to take their food. If they come home, if they are hungry, you can't wait for the women. You take the food from the fridge, you make it yourself, and you do it. So yeah. So if we can, the thing is, I'm not telling that you need to adapt everything according to the Western culture. We need our cultures to our countries, but take the good things, what we can take from them. So that will be one point where you can stop or you can decrease the domestic violence, at least in the future.
Yes. Yes.
Hope this could be stopped. This could be stopped in the next world. Like, as a woman, I believe that you are working for, I can say about myself, I am working for my family. I'm just taking care of my husband. I'm just taking care of my child. I have to take care of my father-in-law and mother-in-law at the same time. So I am earning, I'm doing my household work, I'm taking care of them. But still, I am not praised. I am not praised by them. And maybe it's sometimes gonna be make me disturbed and psychologically affected, that why they don't honored me and why they don't praised me. It happens to everyone. Maybe I'm expressing my feelings and someone is not gonna express it.
Not expressing. True, that's true.
Okay. And ma'am, it's happening everyone. Maybe you are earning, it doesn't matter to them. You are doing your household work. They think that it's your responsibility. It's your duty to do this. Why should the male member is going to do that?
So
no, they are not. They are the king, and we are the common people. We are civilized, but they claim that we are civilized, but they work that they are the king. Okay, thank you, Careem. Maybe all three of us today, we are all the female persons. That's why our discussion is going through like that. Okay, so ma'am, all over, as I want to know that you are a teacher, you are a doctor, you are a homemaker, you are a mother, you are a daughter, you are a daughter-in-law, you are a wife. So a lot of roles you have to play at a time. So how are you going to enjoy this? How you enjoy all these roles you have to play in a day, in each and every day?
Okay, thank you. Nice question, Mehjabin. So, women are multitasking. There is no, women are multitasking. That is the first point.
Women are multitasking.
Yeah. And then you need to appreciate it. Yeah, okay. So everyone needs to appreciate it. Women are multitasking.
Really sounds good that women are multitasking. Whenever you're saying that very line, that women are multitasking, it really sounds good.
Yeah, because this society actually constructed these rules. You need to do all things at a time, at a day. So this is women's ability and capability, or you can say capacity. They have a good time management. Okay, they know when to do their job as a professional aspect, when to do their job at home, and how to do their job, and caring children and family members. That means they know very well the time management. This is the way. So in my case, this is the way I just manage the time and try to fulfill my all responsibilities. And also, this is also my responsibility to tell everyone that a family, in a family, male partner is also responsible for every activities the doing a woman at home. So you please try to help her, try to support her physically and mentally both. So I'm also doing that thing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think sometimes it's gonna be more effective that the male members are supporting a female or a woman mentally.
Yes.
If my husband is gonna say something to me very politely or very gently or very lovingly, I'm gonna forget all this tiredness I have the whole day. They
That's
have
true.
to support us physically. They have to
Yes.
support us mentally at the same time. And sometimes the mental support is really better than any other support.
Yeah. True.
Okay, Karim, I'm just coming to you, Karim. Karim, what's your thinking and what's your perception that young activists like you, how they gonna contribute after the COVID-19 world, after the post-COVID-19 world, how they gonna contribute to rearrange the society, to rearrange the social things that we right now we are losing. How the young activists, social worker are gonna play the role. What's your perception?
Yeah, I think now with the COVID-19, we are realizing a lot of things, to be honest. I think it's not
Yes,
just about the economic status, especially the environment, because we have realized how the animals have lost their natural places. And today, I think that's the big topic where everybody tend to talk. So, as I think, we might focus more on how to be environmentally friendly while improving our economic status. So I think that's the very important point, because now when we didn't have all these issues, people did not care when they need to put up a factory. They did not care what's going to be polluted, what they need to be cleaned up, what they have to remove. And there were huge projects, developmental projects, which were taking on. So where we need to rebuild is being raising our economic status in an environmentally friendly way. That's point number one.
yes,
And the other thing is, point number two is taking it up with the health tips, what we have to follow today. For example, um, those days anyway, I think I remember the days where when my grandma was living, when you come home from somewhere, you have to wash your hands with soap, you have to wash your face, you have to wash your legs, you have to do all those things. But now, when we come home from work or from college or from school, what we do first is we sit somewhere for some time until our tiredness is over, and then we start the next steps. So now we have got back to do the original things what we have to do in case of saving, protecting ourselves. So I think
yeah.
we need to take this into practice for long term, and it's not to be forget after another generation.
Okay, thank you, Karim. I will come back to you later on. And Dr. Nasreen Nahar, ma'am,
Yes.
can I ask you this thing? Like, being a mother, I have the same problem. Like, maybe it's mentally, it's a mental problem I have. Like, I think that my child is eating, his appetite is okay, but sometimes it happened to me. Like, I'm thinking that he should eat more or more, like as you're working on child health, what's your
Yes.
perception that is it okay for us, or maybe they're gonna take the food that they need? But I sometimes even beat my son. Why you are not eating? Oh, okay, you have a lot of fruits in the fridges, you have a lot of things on the table. I made this for you, I cooked this for you, so please finish this. So but is it okay for them?
Okay, in medical science, so every children, adult or adolescent, they have a standard weight list, okay, according to their height. So you can have that measurement. Is my son is okay with his age and with his weight? Number one. Number two, don't force your children. Okay, don't force your children. You just take time and you just focus that he is taking all the balanced diet, but it is not possible every time, but just focus on balanced diet so that all the micronutrients and macronutrients the baby will gonna have. So you just focus on, but don't force that baby for eating. That will actually gonna hamper their mental dissatisfaction, and he will give up all the things. So just try to give focus on balanced diet. That's all, nothing else. Okay, don't force.
So you mean to say that balanced diet is really very important. So it doesn't mean that it doesn't have any mean that how much the quantity is doesn't matter, right? It's all about
Yeah,
the balanced diet. The quantity is
yeah.
not matter to them.
Quantity means it depends on the baby's age. Okay, so he may take 3 major meal and 2 snacks. Okay, but the major meal should not be the huge, and that will be measured by the weight actually. Okay, according to his age.
Ma'am, I have a thing to say you like Uchago Foundation Bangladesh has also worked for the children, especially the street children, and each and every year on 14th February, especially on the 14th February, because 14th February is World Valentine's Day. So on that day, they are sharing their love to the street children, giving them foods, giving them cooked foods to them so that they can
Very
eat a
nice.
meal at least in a day.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
14th February is a day that you can share with your near and dear one. But Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh considered the underprivileged children as their near and dear one. That's why they
Very
are
nice.
providing cooked food.
Very
Okay,
nice.
Careem,
Very
I'm
nice.
coming to you. uh, as uh, as you told me before that as female members are always really deprived in some cases, but as a female social activist, what sort of problems you faces in your own life? Like you are a social activist, so I don't think that it's very much easy to convince your parents to make them understand that I will go out to do some social work. And when you began your career as a social activist, how was it for you?
Well, actually, I didn't have a big problem of starting that. I mean, because when I started to teach the teenagers, I was 17 years old. So at that time, I didn't have any issue because my father was engaged and my mother was engaged. And when it comes to my mother's family, actually on my grandma's side, there were several social workers because I know my grandma's brothers, especially her youngest brother. He lived in the West, but he always considered my family my village. And he really did it because I saw the example from that. And I have seen how my family was appreciating that, all the deeds, what he was doing, because he did a lot of implementations within their actual village. So that's one thing. And because when it comes to their family, even my grandmother's father, he was a founder of a school, and my own grandfather, my mother's father, he was a principal, and he's kind of a historical person. So, and even my father was a school principal. So they all have done tremendous activities to their societies within their possible capacities. So doing social work did not make a big impact on me family wise. Even today now, because my mother knows each and everything, and at the moment I'm living alone because as I told you earlier, my hometown is in the down south, and currently when I was in Colombo, so because I had a few competitions and so on, some extracurricular work. So at the beginning of the COVID-19, we did not know how things will come in the forward. So therefore, somehow my mother had to go to my original house, and I had to stay here. So then the curfew imposed, and so since then I'm stuck here. So there is no any issue. She doesn't give me rules. She never asked me like what are you doing or everything. So and she knows. Yes.
Okay,
and
so
I travel
Karim, you
alone.
get the full support. You get the full support from your parents, right? And that's why you are stepping forward. If you are getting the support from your family, from your friends, from your other relatives, it will gonna help you to step forward.
No, actually, it's not from other relatives, to be honest. There are several relatives who pulled my parents back, and there are enough people who are trying for that. But the only thing is that my mother is firm at the moment. My father is not living. So
Okay.
my mother is very firm at the moment. So that's the big support. I think you don't need to have anything other than that. So if your parents are with you, so why you need
Okay.
to worry?
Yes.
Just, yeah.
I do appreciate that. Your parents gonna help you. You can't do anything, whatever you want. Okay. So Dr. Nasreen Nahar ma'am, as
Yes.
we are doing our Facebook Live under the page of under the social Facebook page of a special verified page Utshargo Foundation Bangladesh. So what will be your suggestion to our young volunteers? We have a lot of volunteers working under the banner of Utshargo Foundation Bangladesh. They are getting the motivation from our chairman, from our general secretary ma'am. So what would be your suggestion to them? That
Oh,
and you will be surprised to know that some of our volunteers have celebrated their Eid ul Fitr apart from their family. They are serving the common people. That's why they are not able to wait to their hometown, and they are
nice.
doing their all the other activities each and every day. So, ma'am, what would be your motivation for them?
Okay, thank you for the question. First of all, I want to thank Utshargo Foundation. This is a very, I must say, a very good initiative to help others in this situation, and also in normal situation. So I must thank them, chairman and all the volunteers of this Utshargo
Our
Foundation.
our our General Secretary, Madam Tanzida Khan, she's also
Okay.
guided us.
Okay, so very good. So, Chairman and General Secretary of this foundation, and also volunteers who are working so hard for underprivileged population, and I must congratulate them for their activities. But one thing I must say in this situation, please protect yourself, okay, first, and maintain all the precaution that you need to maintain, first of all, and then you are doing a great job, and my best wishes for you, for everyone, for your good future.
Okay, ma'am, pray for our social activists, pray for our
Yes,
volunteers,
of course.
pray for our foundation, Uchago Foundation Bangladesh will come forward today or tomorrow. Still, it's going, it's stepping forward, but it will go a long run. We will go a long run with the help like you. You are helping me today. You are helping Uchago Foundation Bangladesh today. As a doctor, you were you are doing your job as a teacher, you are playing your role, and as a motivational speech, like you are congratulating our volunteers. They will get some motivation from your speech. Thank you, ma'am. And I'm coming to Karen. Karim, you are a female activist, and under the Utshargo Foundation Bangladesh, we have a lot of female activists working all over the Bangladesh. So, what will you say to them?
Yeah, what I would say is continue your work and don't count each and everything. Like I'm doing these things today and these are not being recognized. So that is where you get it wrong. For example, when I started my teaching when I was 17 years old, I never thought that I will be able to talk about it at a platform like this. So, and at that time, because me being from a middle class family, I did not have a phone. So I don't have photos of any of those things. And so I think those blessings will come to you back one day if you have done it genuinely. It's not like you need to market everything. So I'm a strong believer of blessings, because I think sometimes when you win something, but you, as you have never thought, because for example, winning people's heart is something very difficult, because now if me
That's
being
the question.
yeah,
That's the important part you mentioned, that winning the heart of common people, winning the heart of people. It's gonna be the toughest work in the world, and our volunteers are doing the work. So just motivate them, and as a social activist, you you are an inspiration to them. Okay, so
yeah,
as I know, as I get the information from your bio, from your Facebook bio, Karim, you can sing songs. So you have to sing song today for the common people of Bangladesh, for the volunteer of our country. You have to sing the song.
How sweet.
okay. Okay, so actually, I was a child singer when I was small, and then after that, I have been training for songs. So I think after about 4 or 5 years, I have got this opportunity. Thank you for it. Okay, I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels. When I know the time is right for me, I'll cross the stream. I have a dream. I'll cross the stream. I have a dream.
Oh
Wow,
my
very
God, it
nice.
sounds very,
Very
very
nice.
melodious, and that very line,
Yes.
we have the dream, right? We have the dream to win the heart of people. This is the toughest job, but we can do it. We have to do it, and right now we are doing this through our social activities. So,
Yes.
Dr. Nasreen Nahar ma'am and
Yes.
Careem from Sri Lanka. You both of
Yes.
you are so much busy. I know. We all knows that both of you are so much busy, but from your busyness, from your valuable time, you guys give us a part of your time. You guys give a part to Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh. And thanks for today. Thanks for joining us. Ma'am, stay connected with us through the Facebook page of Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh. And
Sure.
Karen, please share us through the Facebook page of Bangladesh. And Uchargo Foundation wants to see you as a representative of Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh in your country, in Sri Lanka. Are you committed to
Okay,
us
that's
that
my
you're gonna
pleasure.
work for us
Of course,
and you're gonna represent
it's my pleasure.
Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh in Sri Lanka? You have to do the
My pleasure.
commitment with us.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us. Pray for Uchargo Foundation Bangladesh, and pray for all the volunteers. Pray for our chairman. Pray for our general secretary. Okay, ma'am. Thanks for your time.
Okay.
And,
Thank you.
and
Thank
thank
you,
you very much for
Mehjabin.
inviting us today.
Yes. Inviting
So,
me.
and it
Hope
was a wonderful
we're gonna
session.
connect. Hope we're gonna connect it in future. And ma'am,
Yes.
hope for a better tomorrow. Hope for a better
Inshallah.
morning tomorrow.
Thank you, Mehjabin,
Thank
and
you.
thank
Thank
you
you.
inviting me here.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum
Okay.
assalam. Good
Bye bye,
night.
Karim.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye,
Okay. Good
Karen.
night to you all.